Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to World of Warships. Back with our intermediate player guide series here in the Tier 10 British light cruiser, the Minotaur. And I love playing Minotaur. It's such a phenomenal ship with these 152 fast reloading AP guns. You have torpedoes. You have 16 in total, 8 per side. You have okay speed. But what makes her really strong beyond just the guns and the torpedoes is that she has good maneuverability. She has the specialized repair team, like a super heal. She has the hydroacoustic search. And you have the ability to swap between smoke or radar. And radar Minotaur is the bomb. Like, I love playing radar Minotaur. I've not played smoke Minotaur in I don't know how long now. Because you can stealth radar. With your concealment, as you can see here on the mini-map, our concealment is 9.0 kilometers. So our radar is 10 kilometers. So we have a 1 kilometer gap. So anything that spots us, we will instantly detect them as soon as we radar. And it's even possible to stealth radar if you catch something in that gap before they detect you. I've done that before in Minotaur, and that's been really fun. Now, this video, as I talk about Minotaur, there's a reason why I talk about Minotaur. Fight or flight, okay? This is something in World of Warships that can be very highly rewarding when you know when to stand your ground and fight, and then when you need to quote-unquote flight. That will particularly revolve around the ship you're playing. So example, in this battle, Minotaur, I'm going to elect to fight. If I was playing the Corsair in this battle, I would have chosen flight, and I would have positioned a little bit differently and would have started running much sooner in what you're about to see. So your ship capability is very important, also in terms of your comfort level. Like, I am super comfortable playing Radar Minotaur. It's exciting, it's thrilling, keeps me on the edge of my seat sometimes, like the engagement we're going to have here in this battle. So I'm very comfortable playing Radar Minotaur in a very tense fighting situation. Same I would say for Salem as well. Where something, you know, like the Yodo, I wouldn't feel so comfortable in that ship and playing in this type of situation, so on and so forth. There's a lot of different options we can give and talk about here. But your ship capability and your comfort level on the ship is really important, because if you know the limits of your ship, that's also super important. You know, if I was going to elect to just stay behind this island, if quote-unquote the Schlieffen and Petropavlovsk decided to push through the channel, I'd be screwed in Colbert, right? That would not be good. But if I'm in the Minotaur, things change quite quickly, don't they? So that's what you're going to see in here. Now, when I talk about fight or flight, it also, as a beginner player, you're not likely to master this. Okay, I still mess up sometimes with this. I'm intermediate, I don't know why I'd say to be more of a veteran player. But I still mess it up sometimes because your instinct to survive, your instinct to want to run away from danger, it can be very strong and very high. And that will sometimes make you have more indecisive or poor decision making when you're playing the game, right? So pre-decisions are really important in that. So it's deciding if the Schlieffen and Petropavlovsk are going to push through the channel, what are we going to do? Well, as one you can see, I've decided maybe I can push up a little bit and shoot over the corner of this island, but not quite possible. Then the other decision becomes, okay, if I decide to run now, it's too late. It's too late, right? I could torp now, but I'm like, let me hang on to the torpedoes, because there's other torpedoes already coming, and that's going to alter the course of the Schlieffen Petropavlovsk most likely. But I could decide to run, and if the first thing seems, if you're running, like you're just going to run straight, like the position I'm facing, just going to be running directly away, that's bad. Another situation is I could elect to run up around the island, up into the F5. Or I could choose to reverse to this island, sit here with my 16 torpedoes and these 152mm guns, and take on the fight of the Schlieffen and Petropavlovsk. Right, both ships very capable with the Petropavlovsk's armor, very strong main battery guns. You know, Schlieffen's got those 420mm guns, secondaries galore, the hydroacoustic search, the torpedoes it has, right? So this can look like a very bad setup here, okay? So let's just go ahead and watch. I'm going to talk about what we're about to do here. So I'm hanging on, I'm waiting. See, one's already killing their speed. Sometimes you can dump your torpedoes too early. So I'm waiting until I know they're committing, right? So now I'm like, okay, now we can do it. Some torpedoes are going to get too close to the island there. So we've made a pre-decision. We get those 16 torpedoes off, and then we're going to flip around, and we're going to get the rest of the torpedoes off. So 7 of our 8 torpedoes hit, you know, already up to 80,000 damage. We still have our super heal, and we haven't needed to use it yet. We want to focus Petropavlovsk. He's going to be the one punishing us the most, but he's a little torn on which target he should shoot right now, which means I should have actually continued shooting him here before dumping torpedoes on the Schlieffen. But we get the kill, and we take a massive hit. So we go ahead and we DCP, we heal, double strike, and a death strike. All that fast, right? So my comfort level to do this was pretty good. I felt comfortable that if they both push around, I have a plan. This is what I'm going to do. So if you don't feel confident in being, if they push me, or I'm going to be put in this really awkward bad situation, then most of the times you're going to want to run away, flight, kite away. Maybe I could say fight or kite. That's actually probably more catchy, fight or kite. But when I say fight or flight, it's kind of more the sense of knowing when it's time to stand your ground rather than just running away. And having the ship that's capable to do that, so on and so forth. But maybe we can call it fight or kite. I don't know. Now I don't know what I'm going to title the video as I'm recording this. So now the game is on. All right, so it's so we've got 2 kills, and 141,000 damage. By the way, ranked battle, and there's still they have their Des Moines. They have a Marceau, and then they have their Sherman still alive, and we're losing our Venezia. He's about to go down, so it's becoming a 3-on-3 engagement. So in this situation, I can take the fight to the Sherman. I have my radar ready. Our heal is already off cooldown. We'll have hydro in 30 seconds. So it's also sometimes when you play these fight or flight situations, it's also like, are you entering the fight with most of your consumables ready? Okay, we're spotted. Radar. Okay, he left the smoke. I kind of figured he probably did. And now the Sherman is really messed up. If he wants to get all of his guns off on us. Now, he has really good DPM with his sap, and that's just going to chew us up. As you can see, my health pool is falling very quickly. But we have the hill when we need to use it, and we're going to use it here in just a moment, yeah. But he's having to show me a lot of side to get all of his guns to bear, which, with these 152mm guns, they absolutely love. So we could easily take that engagement with the Sherman, and fine. When you're caught as a destroyer player, facing off with a Minotaur, you want to stay bow in, or you want to be completely stern away. Because if you angle or you show me broadside, a Minotaur player, if they're good aim, they're going to chew you up really fast. So sometimes it's just rating out the radar and then being able to go dark. But I have radar build, so you're going to have to wait, I think, like 50 some seconds. So it was a bad situation for the Sherman, and he had no way to not get caught out in that because of that 1 kilometer gap in our concealment in the 10 kilometer radar. So we popped our hydroacoustic search too because in case Sherman dumped some random torpedoes, we want to be aware of those torpedoes because those are 16.5 kilometer gearing torps, and it is almost possible probably for us to get, well, I guess if we wouldn't, maybe we could get one-shotted by 1 torpedo. It would depend, right? Next thing to do, we want to take the fight to the Des Moines, but what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be bait. I'm going to be bait for the Des Moines, and I'm going to let our Conqueror make the play. So this is a Kite situation. I don't really want to push into a Des Moines. Des Moines with its 2 and 3mm guns, nasty, right? Especially if I show broadside, his AP will chew me up really quickly as we pick up the high caliber. I want to make myself such a lucrative, juicy target that this Des Moines is going to be so focused on landing these shots on me, because I'm just a poor little low light cruiser, that the Conqueror is going to be set up for a nice broadside salvo and do exactly that. So here's a kiting situation, right? So we didn't want to per se take the fight to the Des Moines. We wanted the Des Moines come to us, so we kite instead. So I think I like fighter kite better. Maybe I'll use that in title instead. So this is a ranked. So we moved on. We got Dev Strike, Double Strike, Dreadnought, High Caliber, 169,000 damage with 10 torpedo hits. So once you kill the destroyers, you become the destroyer is the joke. 3 destroyed, 2 solo caps, which means that we're going to do really good when we look at the team score and looking at the base XP, which we're going to be over 2,000, so 2,372, top of our team. And our Venezia did pretty good for the cards he was dealt with in that situation he was in, up to the north. I don't actually know what happened to our Schlieffen. Going on to detail report, you can see did a lot of massive damage on Schlieffen, Petrel, and the Sherman itself, where we didn't do too much damage to Des Moines, but that was a kiting baiting situation, so our Conqueror would be set up and take him out. Going on to the credits and XP, so with premium account you can see how much we landed, and also some slight common XP economic bonuses. So I hope this video helped when talking about fighter kite here in World of Warships, with several things being important. The ship, what is the capability of the ship? Is it a ship that can fight, or is it a ship that's more or less meant to kite? Is it a ship that you're comfortable in versus not comfortable in? Making the pre-decisions of what the enemy team might do, so you have a plan if they decide to take the fight to you, and you're also going to take the fight to them. So yeah, so I think that's how I want to end this video on. So if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you did not, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you subscribe, thanks so much. I really appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.